Hi there and welcome to Voice Lesson 9. In the last lesson we practiced crescendo and decrescendo on 2 notes and then 1 phrase from the great song Deck the Halls. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to do some more of that, but we need to apply the 3 checks for vocal freedom. Now a while ago, maybe a month about, I did a video on that. You want to be very careful that when you crescendo and decrescendo, you're not tightening your throat internally or externally or using your jaw to do that or your tongue. I've seen some people sing when they try to get louder or quieter, they tuck their tongue in the back of their throat. That does not work, not properly. So with that in mind, we're going to warm up. Mental awareness. How am I going to sing? Beautifully and freely. Number 2, my posture. I'm sitting up or standing up straight. My arms hang loosely about my shoulders. I'm neither tense nor relaxed, but I'm poised with the energy of a dancer in action. Here we go. Breath, silent in through the mouth, travels downward and outward, filling all the non-bony areas. The intercostal muscle set, front, sides, back, and bottom. Make sure that you remembered in number 2 in your posture, rib cage comfortably high and expanded. With that in mind, make sure your speech level. Seth Riggs, great coach, taught that. So I teach it too and have learned it over the past 55 years. I'm going to yawn sigh to warm my voice up on who, he, hey, ha, and ho, 3 times each. Any pitch I want, but I'll pick one that isn't too high, and I'll slide down. Now, it doesn't matter if you're on that same pitch. It just matters that you're in the area and that you're freely producing sound. Keep in mind, too, I didn't repeat it, but I will, just to make sure you're doing it right. Gulp. 3 times. When you're done gulping, make sure that little bump stays, whether you talk high, high or low, whether you sing high or low. Oh, it stays there. It might tip a little, but the bump always has a ledge on top, okay? Never any veins sticking out to help you, never any redness in the cheeks. Now we do the he. Hey! 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 And keep in mind, when I was 18, after less than a year of training, I won the entire Northwest Allied Arts Festival in Spokane, Washington, and received a scholarship to Eastern Washington College. So what I tell you and what I do is correct. Remember, too, I chose to use my voice wrongly, and I've had 2 surgeries to correct it. But God's being kind today. It's fairly clear. Here we go with another he. Hey! Now I do hey. I've done who, he, hey! And not much more than a pencil's width or a little pinky sideways between your teeth. Hey! Hey! Now ho. Ho! 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 And ha. Ha! 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 After I won the Northwest Allied Arts Festival in 1968, I decided I was going to try out for a lead role in the Civic Theater, Spokane Civic Theater, first-time production of by Leonard Bernstein, or Leonard Bernstein, how you choose to pronounce it, it's your choice. Either works, and also either works. You say potato, I say potato. That's an old song. It uses the same thing I just aforementioned. Anyway, my teacher told me, Mr. Moyer, you're not trained enough to do that. Don't get into that. Don't get into theater yet. You must train more for at least another year. And I said, no, Mr. Moore, I'm going to do it. And I did. And I got the lead, the part of Tony. I think we did 30 performances and about 3 months of production. And yes, Mr. Moore was right. I wasn't ready. One night I was singing one of the very important romantic songs from West Side Story. And I went, yeah, good night, sleep well, and when you dream of me. I went to the high note and broke wide open. In front of an entire audience, the theater being smaller, praise God, but it was full of about 450 people, and I finally caught the voice, night, and squeaked it out. Do not get into a big role before you've trained your voice for at least a year to 2 years, and you've practiced so that you can sing pretty much non-stop. That means with about a 30-second pause for applause and the time that it takes to get to the next number, but around 30 seconds, and often it's longer than that. Obviously in a musical, could be 10, 15, 20 minutes, but the point is, you've got to be able to sing for a good hour and a half and speak as well without your voice getting phlegm in it, because that's a body's way of telling you, no sir. So now, we're going to practice that crescendo. We did it on a B flat last time. Or, ooh, going to do it on Oh, I Love to Sing. All 5 words that have a whole lot of combinations that we'll talk about in our last lesson, projectional pronunciation, which was called tone syllables, invented and developed by that famous man, Fred Waring, who was my boss in Fred Waring's Pennsylvanians. Go ahead and YouTube it and know that Mr. Waring's best friends were Henry Ford and Thomas Edison. The Henry Ford, the Thomas Edison. Here we go. Oh, I love to sing. Now I'm going to go up a note. Oh, I love to sing. Do you notice how I crescendoed a little on each of those? I'll do another one. I'm getting into my broken area, so I don't know if today I can do it. And you ladies, or whoever's up there, boys, girls, you can do that too while I'm doing this down here. All men and whoever else can handle it. Remember, a vibrato does not manifest itself physically in the throat. You should not feel this. It should just be traveling through the throat, the vocalis muscles, through the throat, through the vocalis muscles, and just kind of a dance between the intercostal muscle set, front, sides, back, and bottom, and your throat muscles. Oh, I love to sing. Okay? I'm listening and waiting for you to do it. Please send me a recording if you want at 208-620-6175. 208-620-6175. I learned that by studying Enrico Caruso's book that was written by him and his doctor called The Voice. If you can speak it on the breath, you can sing it on the breath. Oh, I love to sing. That's a low C, middle C. Now how about this? Oh, I love to sing. Crescendoing and backwards or reversing. Decrescendo. Oh, I love to sing, which is much harder to do. Oh, I love to sing. Oh, I love to sing. Remember this. It takes more energy to sing quietly than it does loudly because the tone won't hold. Okay? See you next lesson. We'll talk about projectional pronunciation. Bye for now.